I was at home first talking about the incident that happened with grandbaby number one, and it was interrupted. The video was interrupted because I got a call about grandbaby number two. Once again, at Daroff, what is that? Daroff Elementary School, which is supposed to be a charter school. Now, my grandson was in a classroom. He was answering a question, and he stood up. He went to sit down, and another kid pulled a chair from behind him. He missed the seat, hit his throat on the desk, and the back of his head on the chair. Instead of the school contacting me, with me being up the street, they contact his mother who was at work. Something is really wrong with that picture. Yes, it really is. Then on top of that, when I get to the school and gets in the front door, yeah, I noticed that the floor was pretty moist because it was raining outside. It's still raining outside. They had nothing to catch that water, and guess what? Of course I fell. At the hospital, I came with the children's. I had to go to university because I already messed my knee up, and here I am. It's messed up again. This school is a mess. Mayana, turn that down. But this is not the only school. It's most of the schools in our inner cities. It's so many things that's going wrong that it don't make no sense. The children is all over the place. The staff is all... I spoke to the vice principal today for the first time. She said she'd been there for 4 years. Amir and Akeem been there for 2 years. And I've never seen that vice principal. As a matter of fact, I just saw the principal today. The principal came to the front because, of course, a kid get hurt in the school, and they have to act like they're being responsible, and they was doing the right and responsible things. But this principal, all he done was he stood there, came into the office, didn't say but so much. He did take an accident report for whatever that's worth. Where was the teacher and the aide? Because I know in that classroom they do have an aide in there. They saw that kid. Somebody had to see that kid pull that chair away from my grandson. But everybody thought it was cute to do something like that, and now, unfortunately, he ended up in the hospital. But this just confirms what I'm saying about parents getting together to form some type of organization. Because these people are in these schools allowing these children to do whatever.
Yeah, all right. I had forgot what room I came out of.
They run the halls all day long. They fight. A kid brought a gun to school that was in my grandbaby's class. This was Akeem's class. Another kid brought a knife to school that was in Amir's class and had the nerve to ask Amir if he was ready to die. Now, each incident took place on separate occasions, but was the parents contacted in a timely fashion? No. We didn't know about the gun situation until after school. And with Amir, when did somebody contact you, Ayana? Then little boy asked Amir, was he ready to die?
End of the day.
At the end of the day, again. Just like when I went up to the school earlier, I went up there, they said Amir was roaming the halls, but he was in a nurse's office.
Feel better, okay? Yeah, to drink something. Some fluid, so you can see that.
It's just crazy because, like I said, the parents really need to know what's going on inside these school buildings. And everybody say they can't do anything to get control of the children. Their hands are tied. But my grandson wouldn't take his coat off, and the teacher grabbed the coat off of him. That's not hands being tied. Everybody have their own little picks. Like I said, they should assess these children so they can know where to place these children. They have all these children in the classrooms together, and they don't belong that way, because a child that have behavior issues going to disrupt the classroom. So why not put that child in a classroom where somebody is equipped to take care and deal with this child who have behavior problems? It takes patience to deal with children that have behavior problems. And that's why my youngest grandson, Amir, that's why his teacher is so overwhelmed. She cannot deal with these children that have behavior problems. She really can't. She about to get bust in her head, though, because she is making it very, very clear that she don't have the patience. She went from a mild-mannered young girl talking to me to a overwhelmed person doing something that she really don't have no business doing. Now, they have people at their front desk doing registration, which these people are probably SSAs. And basically those are, either you can spell SSA backwards, or you could just call them volunteers. Everybody know SSA backwards is ASS. Okay? And this one girl made that of herself today. It was creepy because this type of person is in a building with young children, small children that they're supposed to be setting examples for. They have a bunch of inexperienced people around our children. You can go online and take a test and become employed for the school district. Now, why everybody else had to do 4 years of college and have some hands-on experience with children? You don't even have to have no hands-on experience with children anymore to get hired. But anyway, when you take the authority away from the authoritative figures, that kind of tie your hands. To me, that scream a design. That's just like telling the correctional officers that they can't use no authority against when it comes down to the inmates. But they can do that to the children. They can do that to the students. You don't have to. You can't use no authority with the students. That is a recipe for disaster. That's why the children running around. They hitting on the adults, cursing, not listening. If you a real teacher, why is it you don't get no lessons taught throughout the day? You get 45 minutes to teach a lesson. You use all 40 of those minutes to get the class under control and stop the little children with the behavior problems from running around in the hallway. So what did you teach? Y'all give these children packets to bring home. These are not packets with instructions or some real paperwork. These are packets of papers that was printed out of a book and given to the children to take home to do. Call it homework. Lord knows what y'all do in the classroom, because y'all don't even allow the parents to check on their children anymore. You got to make an appointment and pass a child abuse clearance to come see what your child is doing. All of this is a whole design. And yet nobody is paying attention to it until somebody's child do something to somebody. No, until a child do something to an adult. Because these children are hurting each other on a daily basis. They fighting all over the place. On a daily basis. And nobody not doing nothing about it. Only time they report stuff is when somebody get really hurt. And you have to call the fire department, the ambulance, or the cops. The schools don't make the children happy to be there. They look dull. The adults walking around not concerned about the children. Because I can't see where you got a bag of hair in your pocketbook or a couple of packs of hair in your pocketbook and you're supposed to be teaching a classroom. It's no way they've been calling my phone for more than 2 weeks about my grandson, and I just met the vice principal today. They have climate people. They have counselors. You ever met a counselor? Not once. They did not assess nobody, like I said before. Want to get in the live? Yeah, we had children's making sure he okay after the little boy then played too much.
Yeah, he pulled the chair from under me. I hit my neck on the desk. Then I had hit my neck on the chair and had trouble breathing till I got here. They, after a few, like an hour or so, I went to get the x-ray. They gave something in my throat. Then my throat got a little bit better.
How old are you?
11.
You had no idea that was going to happen, did you?
No.
You wasn't in that classroom playing, was you?
No. I was helping another student.
You was actually helping another student. Not only did he make honor roll, but he did get recognized as the smartest kid in his grade. But they didn't call us and tell us that, though. They just call and tell, yeah, huh?
Yeah, all the way up to an A.
Yup, a F to an A in one report period. It's not that these children have behavior problems. The teachers have a learning disability. And that's because they take them speedy certifications and then get placed in a classroom. His teacher is only but a couple of years older than him. And wherever they come from, they don't come from the same walks of life as these students come from. That's why they can't relate.
They call me my teacher. She traveled all around.
She come from far of a distance, a good distance to get to work, don't she? Yeah. See, those suburban teachers, the teachers that live out in the suburbs, and they come all the way out here. But they have no idea how to deal with these students here in these inner city schools. I have nothing against nobody. But I do have something against a system that's going to continuously be designed for children to fail.
Hello. Hi. Hey, bud. Let me cut you up on your vitals, okay? My name is Walisha. I'm one of the nurses, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to touch him up. Can you have a seat in your bed for me real quick? I'm going to switch places with you, okay?
Go ahead back to the little chair in the corner.
Oh, you can have this in 1 second. You can actually have it. I'm just going to stand over here.
We should be out of here soon. Which, by the way, the teachers was unable to get in contact with the child's mother. Which is their excuse every time something goes on with these children. They always say that their parents cannot be contacted. Which confirms they have their picks, because if some students' parents can't be contacted, they call people and get other people involved. But I'm through with that school. I fell and hurt my knee again. And I looked at ugly Big Bird chick in her face. I wish she would have laughed. Or even smirked. I'd have threw that whole desk at her.
It's going to be tight just for a little bit, okay? We'll go over exactly. Perfect.
Yeah, I definitely cursed her out. Because I'm figuring maybe because she looked older than me, she thought she was older than me. I know that hairdo was older than me. That was trash. I know you don't. Because they don't make learning fun anymore. They don't put nothing into actually teaching the children anymore. They get pieces of paper and tell them to listen to them. Okay, that's not how a lesson is getting taught. Like I said, learning disability is one thing, behavior issues is one thing, and advance is one thing.
It is, Alicia. Hey, what's up? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Everything seemed to be normal. I guess we have to wait. We waiting on the x-rays.